This fourth video for section 5.4 will show you two examples on how to solve equations with complex numbers. The first example, if we have an x squared plus 3 equals 0 and you're asked to solve, you would originally think before today, well gosh, that's a parabola. The parent graph is just shifted up 3 and you can't solve it because if you remember, solving is looking to see where your parabola crosses the x-axis. But like that first video explained, it will cross the x-axis on the lateral plane. So go ahead and solve this like you kind of normally would and that you're pretty good at. You'd subtract 3 from both sides. We'd have x squared equals a negative 3. Then to get rid of that x squared, we take the square root. And before you would say, oh, I can't do anything. I can't take the square root of a negative number, but now you know that you can. You're going to split that up into the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 3. Every time you see that square root of negative 1, that's the I, and then the square root of 3 is plus or minus root 3. So to put this together, we're going to say we've got x equals plus or minus I root 3. Our second problem to solve, 2x squared plus 36 equals 0. First thing I'm going to do is subtract that 36 from both sides. And I have a 2x squared equals negative 36. To solve for x, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I get an x squared equals a negative 18. To finish up, I'll take the square root of both sides. So I have x equals the square root of the square root of negative 18 is square root of negative 1, and then that 18, I'm going to do square root of 9 times square root of 2. So I end up with that, that negative 1 is the I, square root of 9 is plus or minus 3, and then square root of 2 stays square root of 2. Multiplication, you can write in any order. The proper order here will be to put the real number first, plus or minus 3, followed by the imaginary I, and then end with the root. So your order is real number, imaginary, root would be your final answer here.